Last session we discussed about the database servers, correct? Or a server concepts, fine. Now coming to database server, what we have in our database server, right? Let's look at in my database server, there are three main components are there. There are three main components in my database server. Now, what are those? The one of the main important component is a physical structure. Physical structure. It is one of the important components of my database. What is this physical structure? Physical structure consists of files. Physical structure consists of what is this? Files. I'm just writing only the lines here. Please understand. Anyhow, I'll be when we go through our next couple of days sessions and all, you will be understanding each and everything, right? So set of files. I'm going to write just like this. Normally, I draw the lines like this. So database physical structure, one of the component, important component. My physical structure consists of set of files. Set of files. They are physical files available in your D drive, C drive, correct? Where your actual data is stored. Whatever you practiced in your SQL, you did some inserts, creating a table, inserting data, correct? Updating, deletion, whatever it may be. All your data, whatever you inserted, tables are created, they are going to sit in these files, correct? Remember, simple. Now, that's the basic logic again. Any type of data, any form of data, down the line, it is stored in a file. If I take a mobile and take a snap, it is stored as what? A file, dot JPEG. If I shoot a video and save it, it is stored as what? The entire video is stored as a file, dot MP4, correct? Right? Anything. If I open a Word document, PDF, Excel, movie, image, any type of data, format of data, down the line it is stored as what? In a file. It is stored in a file. Keep it in mind. That's a very important part. So, any type of data, at the end it is stored in a file. Now, where these files are stored or created, the files are created on the hard disk. That's why we need a storage medium. Storage, that is your hard disks in your server or in your laptop, even your PC, even you have the hard disk, correct? Or SSDs nowadays, where your actual data is stored, right? In servers, with laptops, we have hard disk where we store all our data. We store our data in the storage. Or even mobiles, we have some storage medium that is called as a flash drive. Like in pen drives, we have a small chip in which your data is stored. That's called as a flash drives. What they are? Flash drives. So similar kind of flash drives will be there in your mobiles even where data is stored. So there should be some storage medium where data will be stored. So now that is the one storage, that is a hardware, hard disk, SSDs, all those are hardware on which your data is stored in the form of a file. If you look in your mobile, even whatever you have, any type of data, everything is stored in the form of a file. Got my point? So down the line, data is stored in a file. Data is stored in a file. The same way in database server, all our users data is stored in these set of files. These set of files. Now, one set category of the files, we call them data files. What these are? Data files. And another one we call them as redo log files. And one more another file we call it as a control file or control files. There you will have one or multiple, but as I wrote only one, I'll just mention it as only one. So data files, redo log files, and one more file, control file. So my database, right? Multiple definitions are there for database. What is a database? Collection of data, right? Collection of data stored is called as a database. That's one we know. But what more? You can even say database is a collection of objects because all your data is stored in an object. Your table is a object. Your index is the object, right? All your data is stored in the object. So collection of objects is also called as what? Database. Or the another way, database is also collection of the files. What are those? Collection of files is called as, or set of all these files is also called as database. Because objects, can you see somewhere? Can you see anywhere? In my C drive, D drive, it is a Windows system. Can I see? Can I see my resume format? No, I can see only .doc file. Correct? Your data is logical. Physically what it is? It is a file. Making sense? Correct? So data, same like here, all your tables, I can't see them directly. Naked eyes like this, what we see like the way we see the files, we can't see them. Okay. So data, collection of data is stored in set of files. There are three types of files we have in database. What are those? One is a data files, redo logs, control files. Now these data files, they have different names. Normally they end with some extension. Every file will have some extension. .doc. Just seeing that I can say it is a Word file. .pdf, it is a PDF file. Correct? Yeah, same way. So data files will have extensions .dbf. What is that extension? .dbf. Redo logs will have .log extension. Control files will have .ctl. CTL. Data files .dbf. Redo log files .log. Control files have extension called as .ctl. So my database is a collection of files in which your data is stored in the form of objects. Another explanation? Yeah. Right? A detailed explanation. Simple explanation. What is database? Database is a collection of data. That's all. Right? Now, so database is a collection of files, a set of files in which your data or objects are stored. That is my physical structure, which I can see through my naked eyes, right, directly into my storage. In my C drive, D drive, I can see only the files. Then, now, whenever you want to work with your data, you need to open the files. Is that correct? Without opening the file, can you work with your data? I want to see what is there in the document. I want to edit my resume. Without opening the Word document, can I edit? No, not possible. You must open. I want to edit my photo, or I want to see the photo, a picture you took, right? Without opening the photos, can I see them? No, not even you can't view. So you must open, right? You must open the files to work with your data. Working means what? Might be I want to see the file, I want to see the image, or I want to update or correct the image or modify, edit the image. Correct? I want to work with it. To work with any data, you must open the files. Right? Now to open the files, you require a software. If I don't have Microsoft Office installed in my laptop, can I open a Word document and edit? No, right? I can't. There is a PDF someone shared me through email. I don't have a PDF reader. Without that, can I open and see that? I need some specific required software to it. Right. Same way, these files, to work with them in the physical structure, I'm going to add one more. So there are two things here. So physical structure, right? Physical structure. One is, these are called as database. Database, what is this? Files. These are the database files. And there is one more thing you got in physical structure called as Oracle database. What is that? Software. In your database server, there will be a software, must be, right? Without software, you can't work. To open the files, even you require software. What software contains? Software contains lot of directories, subdirectories, files. What kind of files? Some DLL files, some executable files, some binary files, right? Some configuration file, a set of files. Same like here, that is my Oracle software. So physical structure, yeah, having two things. One, in my database server. One, what are those? My data files, right? And also another one is what? Oracle database software. Now Oracle database software is used to work with your files. Now when you want to work with your data, these files need to be opened. Agree? Now whenever you open any file, whenever you open any file, any type of file, what happens? A process gets created in the background. Yes or no? If I open a notepad even, in the background task manager processes, I can see notepad.exe, correct? If I open a PDF, I can see some adobe.exe or another, what are the executable? Yes or no? Every file, if you're opening a Word document, Microsoft.exe, right? Files, a process will be running in the background. Whenever you open a file, a process runs, plus some memory gets allocated to the process. If I go to my system's task manager, I can see so many background processes. Just try opening a notepad, it will automatically creates a background process for it, and also some memory gets assigned to it. Memory. Two things are happening, right? Whenever you open a file, yeah, one, some memory is allocated. I will call it as a memory structure here, correct? And one more is called as, what is that? Process structure, right? One is a memory structure we got, another is a process structure. Two more components. When you are working with your data, the files need to be opened. Some memory area is going to be created. Memory area, right, is going to be created. Got it? Now this memory area is called as SGA. Called as SGA. What is SGA? SGA, shared or or system global system global area. Shortly we call it, please. I'll give time later, don't worry. Right? System global area. System global area, shared global area. One of the major area in my database server, a memory area gets allocated. Plus some processes gets created here. Some processes gets created. Right? A memory area is called as what? SGA, shared global area or system global area. And we got some set of processes. Normally, if you open a notepad, you will see only one notepad.exe, correct? But here we got multiple processes created. We call them as background processes. We got a set of background processes created, and the memory area is called as SGA. So SGA plus background processes, these two are created when you want to work with your data, right? Okay, now my SGA is the main area, memory area given for my database. Now this SGA is again internally divided into multiple components. My SGA is again divided into multiple components. What are those? One is DB, buffer, cache, whatever we call, right? Cache, right? DB, buffer, cache, correct? Cache, whatever that we call term, fine. DB, database, buffer, cache. DB is nothing but database. Database, buffer, cache. Another is redo, log, buffer. Another one is called as a shared pool, right? Next, large pool, Java pool, streams pool. So I see that my SGA is mainly divided into the 6 components. What are those? One, DB buffer cache, redo log buffer, shared pool, large pool, Java pool, and streams pool. 6 main components. Now, shared pool is again divided into 2. Shade pool is internally again divided into 2. One is called as a library cache or cache. Another one is data dictionary cache. Data dictionary cache. Shade pool is mainly divided into 2. One is the library cache, another is a data dictionary cache. In shade pool, again optional. This is an optional. You can have one more area also. A small area is allocated, right? Taken from the shade pool. So called as a result cache. What is this? Result cache or cache. That is optional, means if there is a requirement, then you can configure, else no, it's not there. So mainly shade pool is divided into 2, right? One is library cache, another is dictionary cache. So, okay, so SGA consists of so many components. One, DB buffer cache, redo log buffer, shade pool, large pool, Java pool, streams pool. Shade pool is again mainly divided into 2, library cache and data dictionary cache, and optionally we have result cache. The next one, coming to the background processes, right? We got so many background processes. There are many of them, but few of them normally we discuss, correct? What are those? Like one, database writer. Shortly, it is named as DBWR. DBWR, database writer. Then next one is called as a redo log writer. Redo log writer, or even we call it as a log writer. Simple what? A log writer. It is LGWR, log writer. Right. Next one, checkpoint process. Checkpoint process, CKPT. Checkpoint process. Next one, system monitor. Shortly, it is seen as SMON, system monitor. System monitor. The next one is process monitor. Process monitor. This is called as PMO. Right. Normally, these parameters are considered as, what is that? Mandatory background processes. There are many more. They are mandatory. These are the mandatory background processes. You will be having few more additional processes too, based on the features you enable, right? To support that feature, some process will come in the background. Example, there is a concept called as the archive log mode. Enabling of archive log mode. If you enable, right, that feature, to support that, a background process comes here called as ARCH. What feature? ARCH. Like that, based on the features you required, when you enable those features, to support that feature, we get some background processes. So like this, there are so many background processes are there. We call them optional. Additional background processes you might see: archiver process, mmon process, right? A reco process. We got one more, CTWR, change tracking writer. Like that, there are many more. Anyhow, when we go with our program, right, as we discuss the different features time to time, then we will be bringing up these features, these processes, and we'll be talking about them. Understood? So in database, background processes, there are so many background processes mainly referred as DB writer, log writer, checkpoint, system monitor, process monitor, and there are many optional background processes you will see. Done. Whenever you want to work with your database, what is a database? Collection of files, right? And data is stored in the form of objects, inside the database files. Now, data files are the main files in these three sets, right? Which actually contains all your users data. When I say users data, in your practice, SQL practice, you logged into database as some user, user 1, user 2, user 3, you logged in, connected, right? Right. So what you did after connecting as that user in database, you created the tables, inserted rows in them and many more different objects. All your objects, your users objects data, everything is stored in data files. Correct? Redo log files, they have a different purpose. They are mostly used for recovery purposes. Any kind of recoveries, the different scenarios are there. These redo log files are used. Control file is another type of file which is really important file which controls and maintains the consistency among all the files. Maintains the consistency among them. This is very important, right? Three set of files. When you are working, when you want to work with your database, your memory allocation should be done and background processes to be created, correct? Now combiningly your SGA plus what is this? Background processes combiningly, we call it as instance. What we call? It is an instance. Instance is equal to what? SGA and background processes. So the another way, terminology, right? When a user complains saying, hey, I'm unable to connect or I'm unable to access database, can you please check? So as a DBA, immediately first what I will do, I'll simply go and check the instance is running or not. Simple. If the instance is not running, instance running means what? The SGA allocation and the background processes, these are must. If these are not there, what happens? Can you access your data? No. Example, you opened a Word document or a notepad. In the background, you will see notepad.exe. Yes or no? I opened a notepad. In the background, I see there is a notepad.exe in the task manager windows. I'm just trying to correlate the way day to day we do, right? It is similar. If you understand that part, it will be easier for you, even this one, right? Now, if I go and just simply kill that notepad.exe, what happens? If I kill that process, right click, kill, end process, what happens? The process killed, what happens then? Here, the file gets automatically closed. Yes or no? Didn't try it? Try it home. Try it home, right? Just check out the task manager, right? Check out the processes, try opening a Word, Notepad, or even a Chrome browser. You will see chrome.exe, Notepad, notepad.exe. Kill that, right click, kill that process. It will automatically closes this. Without that memory and the process, without the process or the memory, you can't work with your files. Same way here, if any user complains saying I'm unable to access my data because data is stored here. When I'm unable to access means you have to first check, do you have your instance running or not? What do you mean by instance running? The memory allocation and the set of background processes, are they there or not? Any reason if the memory crashed, memory issues happen sometimes we see in our PCs, right? Memory is crashed or any one of the process, these are all mandatory. Any one process got terminated or killed, any reason, what happens? Users can't work with the data. Got my point? So as a DBA, your primary job, what is the primary job? Make sure your database is always available. Yesterday I was talking about it, right? Availability is the main primary job. Why they hire a DBA? Because they have a database, correct? And what the database will do? Database will give access to all the users, applications, everyone. So as a DBA, your primary job, make sure database is always available whenever any request comes in. Correct? If database is down, they will ask you, hey, what you are doing, man? I want database immediately. Please bring it up. Right? That is a primary job, to bring up the database or maintain the availability of database. Nothing but how you can make the availability by always monitoring and checking that your instance is up and running. Instance is always up and running. If instance goes down, right, users can't access your data. Understood? That's why in every company, man, every database throughout the world, right, a lot of monitoring happens. Monitoring. Manually we do, manually not possible. I can't 24/7, I can't see that instance running or not, running or not. I can't do that. There are a lot of scripts, programs, tools, monitoring tools. They are deployed on the server. Their job is to continuously, every second, every alternate second, it is going to check, hey, database running or not? Hey, database running or not? Is the instance running or not? If not, immediately it will perform an action. What action? Might be based on configuration. You can say, please send me a message. You will receive a notification. Takak. Normally, when you withdraw the cash, you will receive a notification or not? Tak. Yes or no? Yes, that is kind of alert. A alert message, a notification message was given to you, so that immediately you can react. Normally, if you are doing a very big transaction, even you will get an IVR call. Have you did that transaction plus one to accept? Right? No. Press two. Yes or no? Yes. It's all alarming kind of thing, notification methods. Same way here, if anything happened to my instance, immediately based on the action, you will receive a message, you will receive an email. In olden days, long back, man, right? We used to get a pager even. We used to get a message on the pager. We used to carry that time, right? When a server goes down, we get a message. Now we have a lot of other technologies, very fast. Now even WhatsApps are integrated in many places, so you'll get a notification over a WhatsApp event. That's good. So finally, DBAs are notified whatever the method channel. So DBAs has to respond back and make sure that your database instance is started. Correct? So that is the primary job. I hope you understood now. So database server consists of three main components. The one of most of the important in that one is what? Physical structure, which consists of your database files. So your database, all your data is stored in the form of files in database structure. To work with your data, memory allocation to be done called as an SGA. Some set of processes gets created called as background processes. SGA plus background processes is called as what? Instance. So I can say now the memory structure is what here we have. What is this? SGA. Process structure is what here? Background processes. Is that correct? Right. Now, there are few more things I'll just try to add here. In memory structure, we got one more memory component also, right, called as PGA. What is that? PGA. Program same global area. PGA means program global area. PGA. So in my database server memory structures, there are two main components are there. One is your SGA, another is your PGA. We'll discuss this later, not to worry. Then coming to process structures, we got one main processes. What are those? Background processes. Apart from background processes, you will see some set of server processes. Set of server processes. There are some other processes also you will see, like a listener process, listener process or processes. Correct? Yeah. These are common. So process structure, background processes, server processes, and listener processes you will see. Physical structure, database files, database software. This is about my database server and their components. Understood? Got an idea, overview? Right. Anyhow, in our architecture, right, sessions, we'll be talking about each and every component what you see here now.